Welcome again. Just wanted to talk a few minutes to you about being a change agent. If you're in the kingdom of God, you are a change agent here on earth. You are on kingdom business. Change agents affect changes. It should be obvious, but maybe it's not so obvious sometimes. You know, the last job that I had when I was in the UK, I was actually a change agent on an IT project. And there came a point where one of my colleagues and I, we were kind of having some challenges with the way people who were kind of old school were responding to the new system of software that was coming into the warehouse. And we were kind of getting a bit frustrated and not knowing exactly how to handle it, trying to calm them down, trying to make everybody happy. And one of the consultants from the company that was providing the software, you know, he just sat us down one day, or not really sat us down, but he said to us, you know, guys, you are change agents. Just like that. That's what he said. And we understood. That's when, as we say in England, the penny dropped. You know, that's when we really realized we are change agents. That's what we do. We change things. We change the way things are. Therefore, our priority is not getting the approval or the acceptance of the public. If we're in the kingdom of God, Father has given assignments, Father has given instructions, and our job is to execute them. We don't try to make enemies, but our priority is still not to make friends. Our priority is to make change and to make the kingdoms of this world to become the kingdoms of our God. Our priority is to make disciples. You see, so that's why Jesus said, when you go somewhere and you bring the kingdom, if they reject it, shake off the dust off of your feet. Don't waste time. He didn't say debate with them, negotiate, beg them, bend the rules. Because then that's how the church has ended up in such a weak position where we're now compromising and now we have to marry, perform same-sex marriages. No, you see, that's when we didn't know the power that we had, the authority that we had. Kings do not negotiate. The only time you'll see a king negotiating is when he knows he's lost his power, or when he knows that the opposing kingdom is greater than he is. See, you never find eagles negotiating with a sparrow or a blackbird for a worm, because that's not their level, that's not their realm. So we must understand and see ourselves as change agents. We are here to affect change. Of course, we do it in love. We try to help people understand. But if people oppose or reject the kingdom message or the assignment that you are on, move on. Move on. This is the way the king says it is, and you move on. Okay, what's one of the main ways that we're getting tripped up and messed up in this area? It's when somebody is an agent of the enemy is opposing you. It could be even in a relationship. It could be at work. It could be something. And they don't know. Maybe they don't know what they're doing. But what they're trying to do is take you from your realm of authority. You see, if the eagle will come down to where the smaller birds are, actually he will fail. Even if he gets 10, 20 worms, he will fail, because an eagle cannot survive on worms. That's why eagles catch fish. They catch even sometimes lambs, large prey, because they're heavy-duty birds, so to speak. They're in a higher class. But so we, as change agents, we cannot afford to be getting into arguments, squabbles, and losing our cool, saying the wrong thing, being angry, and then it results in sin. No, see, we have to just smile and say, okay, I presented my case. If you disagree, okay, no problem. Let's leave it at that. You smile, you walk away. In the nighttime, you go deal with it, because the kingdom of God allows violence. You see, the violent take it by force, not by argument, not by negotiation, not by debates, not by court cases, not by sitting down and deciding with the clergy and archbishop that we are allowed to do this in the church and we're not allowed to do it. What? We are kings, change agents. We control, we determine the weather. We determine the spiritual atmosphere. We determine the level of righteousness in the land. And it shall prosper or fail because according to how we do our job. So we are change agents. We change things. We will make enemies along the way. Noah made enemies. Jesus made enemies. If you make a change, you will make enemies at the same time. But you know what? You will have enemies even if you don't make a change. And on top of that, you fail your king. Okay? So better to please your king and get a reward from him and have some enemies. So the assignment, the purpose, the target is not to make enemies. The point is to make change. And along the way, yes, you will make some enemies. But let's get this into our minds. Change agents affect change. Change agents affect change. Change agents affect change. What changes are you making? What standards are you raising? What legacy are you creating? See, change agents make changes. Don't waste time. If you have some squabbles, some continuous strife, that is limiting you. Now you're trying to make a change and there's resistance and opposition and you're not compatible, you're not getting on with the people in your environment. Just be quiet. In the daytime, be quiet. Okay? But in the night, in the spiritual realm, deal with it. That's how the violent take it by force. Change agents, kings command. Okay? Kings don't beg, kings command. But we don't command other people. We command in the spiritual realm. That's where it matters. Eventually, in the natural realm, it will reflect exactly what you created in the spiritual realm. Think on this. Change agents affect change.